Memphis looks good, but they have such a young team. I mean, no one over 30 is a little ridiculous, though. I mean,
Especially
get some veterans in there. They need a little something, I think. But
just get one unk in there, just to, you know.
An enforcer type, especially Ja Morant, if you don't know, was in big trouble with the NBA for posting videos, holding guns and stuff like that. So I think that tends to be the debate online is, are the Grizzlies a little too immature to win in the playoffs? And I don't know, the GM seems to not think so. I mean, if they're not going to get any veteran guys, any older guys, they're just going to continue to be young. I mean, I think they're just kind of embrace we're young and chaotic and fun to watch. And that's the end of the first quarter, by the way.
Yeah. But does that translate into winning championships? Which is ultimately what every team out here is pushing for, is a championship. So
that's the question. How does it relate in playoff basketball when everything slows down, the game becomes a little more methodical? You know, it's not just athleticism and flying by people and transition, because obviously Memphis is really good at that. I
you
think
see those wily vets come out in the playoffs too, where
hit
it's
some big shots, you know, good presence on the bench, you know, because I think even for the last couple of years, Memphis has been the 2 seed.
Yeah.
They're always in the mix. You know, this will be our Grizzlies segment because I think we should get into a little bit the coaching fired. The coach getting fired was the big story. I mean,
with the position that they're in, too, is a little...
9 games left in the season, or 8 games left in the season, something like that. It doesn't make any sense. So what do you think about the timeline? Why would they do it with such a short amount of time left before the playoffs? Like I said, I think they're the 3 or 4 seed. What is that about?
You know, it would make one sense to, you know, if you fire a guy 9 games left, 10 games left in the season, and you're on the outside looking into the playoffs, and you're just trying to rid yourself of, you know, a toxic coaching environment or whatever the heck was going on. You know, maybe that is justifiable, but it's kind of mind-blowing that they go with another guy to lead the organization into a playoff push.
We should give his name. Tomas Iisalo.
I think that's right.
Who no one spells Tomas, Tuomas. What is this guy doing? You know?
Is he...
He is Finnish born. Last year... Right now he's the lead assistant. Well, now he's the head coach, interim head coach. But last year he was a coach for Paris basketball, who just started in Europe. A couple of years ago, they started a Paris basketball club and threw a lot of money into it and got a lot of big names. So, I mean, he has a lot of experience, but I think we should...
no joke, too.
Oh, he was making millions, 7 figures as a lead assistant. What I heard was at least 2, maybe 3 of Memphis's assistant coaches were making 7 figures. So, wow. And this also relates to St. Louis and DeSmet because they got rid of all the coaches last year, which included Blake Ahern, who was a DeSmet legend, great player, played overseas, had a great career in China, and a great coaching career, and it was really close with Ja. And then last year they got rid of the whole staff, which basically signaled that their head coach, his job was a little bit on the line because they were going to bring in
with as good as team they have
a bunch of different people. And so I don't know, I wish Blake would have still been around, obviously, and saying if they would have promoted him. And I think a close relationship with the star player, Memphis's star player, is Ja Morant, and so that is always good for a coach. But it seems like that's one of the reasons they got rid of their former coach, Taylor Jenkins, who's the winningest coach in Memphis Grizzlies history, I saw, and 55% win percentage, something around there. It's like to fire that guy with 9 games left in a season is
The timing of it. It's just what's
yeah,
kind
and
of
of course
baffling
we don't
me.
know what's going on behind the scenes, if the players were, pissed at him or not buying in or not whatever. We're never going to know that. But to me, it's almost, I'd like to hear your take on this, a little unfair to the Finnish Tomas Iisalo, because you're giving him 9 games, and what can he really do? I mean,
Well, it's
what
almost
can you do? Because going into the playoffs, if they lose first round, now are they going to bring him back? Probably not. I don't think they bring him back as the head coach, but you didn't give him enough time. So
It's
how would you deal with that?
I don't know. It almost seems like a lose any type of way that you want to mark it up. It's obviously the win is you take these guys to the distance. You go the distance with these guys and win an NBA championship. But I think that's pretty darn rare to do.
Especially in the West, I don't think anyone's picking Memphis.
No.
But I think if he just wins one series, he's got the job for next year.
I think he would
and
have
maybe
to
a
get that
multi-year job.
But here's
which
the thing
is
too.
cool, but it's like it comes down to one series, and how much
really
is he
get
going
that
to
time.
be able to change anything?
Well, then then you get into a position. It's like, do we bring on another guy too, and just say, hey,
Morant hit a deep 3.
Thank you for your coaching tenure for 9 games in a playoff series, but do you want to be like lead assistant to this guy, and then maybe that next head coach that's slated to come in is like, I don't want this guy to be a part of the organization ever. So it's
Right, because he's got
it's a tall task for Tomas.
Exactly, and he doesn't even spell his name right.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like the whole timing of the thing makes it seem so weird that something else is going on that we don't know about, because I don't know, it must be Ja Morant, another
He just
banked
banked it off
in
the
from
top
the
of it.
side. Let's go, Ja.
Little corner 3 bank.
I'm
and
telling you, Memphis
has pushed it to an 11-point lead.
new coach bump. Yeah, they're up 11, 9:45 left until halftime. I mean, they look pretty good right now, of course, but it's just so weird. Like, it's all going to come down to who they get in the first round. And if they win that, the coach is going to keep his job. And if they lose that, now what do you do?
Clear
Because
house?